YouTubers, I'm Jacob, and today is a how-to video for building your own switch box and accessory box for a 12-volt DC power. This could be used for a truck bed, could be used in an RV, a trailer, a boat, farm equipment, you name it. It's weather resistant, also sealed off from the elements. This is what the accessory box looks like. This is after about a little over probably a year and a half of use through the elements. We've got one 12-volt cigarette lighter plug. We've got an additional one here that we can turn on with this switch. We've got lighting, our voltometer, and also USB port plugs for other accessories. Here's a list of materials and tools you will need to complete this project. Okay, so the way that we're going to mount this, switches will go on top, plugs will go on the bottom, so that the door can hinge open to be able to service easily, and the plugs will be on the bottom, not interfering with the switches when it's hanging like this. So what I've done is I've measured where this hole needs to be located to cut out the offset of this, and then we'll locate it side to side. Okay, we have marked the top to fit the switches. Mark it pretty tight so that we can actually open it up a little bit more if we need to kind of test fit it as we go. Make sure it fits properly. What we're gonna do is lock the box. Then I'm gonna use a clamp to clamp it down to the table. Okay, so I'm gonna do a test cut first in the middle, just to make sure my cutting wheel can actually cut this. Looking good. Just need to clean up the edges a little bit. Some of the last few steps before we were gonna seal this and be able to let it dry overnight, and then we'll clean it up and get it ready to mount in the bed. After tonight and letting this dry, the last thing you should have to do is figure out where you're gonna screw your holes through the back to mount it to the side of your bed or wherever you may be mounting this. Before we do that, we're gonna drill the hole that will be in the bottom of the case to allow your cables to run through. So I've got a cable gasket or run here that's going to come through the bottom, and I'm going to mount this about right in the middle here. I'm just going to eyeball it And then I'm gonna mark my drill holes for the screws, and then my hole for my paddle bit in the middle. Clean up the squeeze out here along the edges. I'm going to use a damp rag, which will help kind of form it a little bit. Okay, so hopefully this is the last part of the evening. Then we'll let this dry. We're going to do the main switch panel. Let's make sure it's clean of debris and stuff. Give it a quick wipe with the damp rag. I'm just using a damp paper towel. Now I'm going to run my bead as close as I can to this edge because I really don't have a whole lot of space. I'm going to make sure you get an extra amount down in the little valley there. Get the screw hole where it really seals up and around the screw. Be careful not to touch any of the sealant with your wires here. I'm just going to get them all started. Make sure it's lined up properly. All right, snug them up. Okay, look like we're pretty good. Let's wipe the squeeze out down. This is the damp rag. Okay, and then our dry rag. Make sure to really get it cleaned up well. Okay, so there you go. Now you have your switch panel set up and ready to go. You can let it dry overnight. Make sure it gets a good, nice setting. You'll notice that some of the silicone actually came through on the back side, so you want to make sure that it's not going to like drip on any wires or anything. Make sure you got a good seal. I can see from the back side here it looks like it's joined up just about everywhere I want it. Yeah, we're looking good. All right, so just let it dry overnight. Then you should be able to set up your switches and wire it in however you please. Thank you for watching this how-to video. Post your questions and comments below. I have included Amazon affiliate links in the description for products I use and stand behind. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, please like this video and subscribe to my channel.